Probably got a lag. Yo. Hey, man, put something in the chat for me. Let's do a mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Can we do one of those things? Crypto scales. What's happening? What's going on? What's good with you? Yeah. What up, everybody? What's happening, man? Come on in. I'm on the StreamYard on my side, so I'm not able to see the live chat. It's like a little delay. Well, give me a mic check. Let me know I'm good. As soon as you come in, do me a favor. Hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Hidden gem alert. XDC. I got my sticky note. I'm about to look into the XDC crypto. XDC. Let me go look and see what you're talking about, man. XDC crypto. XDC coin. Let me go to coin market cap. It's at 8 cents. 8 cents. What is year to date? So his year to date high is about 19 cents. 8 cents. And so this year high was about a 2x from now. What's happening, man? What's going on? Put it in the chat for me, man. Let me know you can hear me. I got a quick conversation about something. You're working with global trade. That's what's up. Tanisha, what's up? Don't be saying hey to me, Tanisha. You ain't even talking to me right now. Stop playing. You ain't even talking to me. Let me hit this thing. Hold on, y'all. Let me. Can I go to YouTube? Can I go to YouTube from here? What's happening? Oh boy. This is Oh boy. All right, so I was supposed to go live in about 5 minutes, man. At 2:30, man. We have a quick conversation real fast. Just real quick. William Brooks, what up? I need everybody to come in, man. Click the like button real fast, man. Blue Lotus. Hocus pocus. Didn't I pull off in the Lotus? What's happening, Blue Lotus? What's going on? 444. What's 444? Damascus? Paul on the road of Damascus? I think that's 444 Damascus. So damn is blood. What's the rest of the word mean? That's interesting. But what's good, man? What's good? What's going on? We'll get this party started in a minute, man. You chilling? Blue Lotus, what kind of work you do? What kind of work you do? Oh, I got a motherfucking banging ass question. I got a question. I got a question. Ain't no, I better stop. Risk and compliance analyst. Risk and compliance analyst. What's that? What that mean? You know, I'm a little slow. What that mean? You make sure people don't steal stuff. You make sure people following the rules, so it won't be no risk. You make sure they stay within OSHA compliance and everybody's safe. You're like the health inspector or something. Oh, yeah, Miss Potolo. Yeah, we got a little something. They gonna come back and watch this one. And then they, feel some type of way. Nah, this ain't gonna be hard though. I ain't even, it's gonna be pretty easy. That's what you do, Miss Blue Lotus. Yeah, all for the gas and electric company. You make sure that the homeowner or the resident ain't stealing gas. I had one of my tenants was stealing gas. They started calling me. Or you just make sure that the company employees stay within the guidelines. Sajda, you holding out, Sajda. You better stop playing. You is holding out. You ain't telling the whole truth. You telling a piece of the truth. And we needs the whole story. We had popcorn ready. We was like ready, man. Like ready. Me and my higher self was like ready. She about to go in. She about to go in. You know what I mean? We was expecting like 4 pages of data. You came back with a sentence. We was like, what? You didn't got the popcorn for a sentence? Then you straight ghosted us. Like, that's it. I ain't telling. I said, okay. All right. Did you say page burning towns up? Who burning towns up? PG? Oh, PG&E burning towns up. So is that like a gas company or something? That's what that is. We're gonna get started in 1 minute, man. I'm gonna drop this game. Yeah. It was like, my pest control people should be going over to one of the properties. I think it's a raccoon getting in. I can actually see where I think it's getting in at too. All right, so man, lucky 7, man. Everybody just click the like button real fast. So it's a little special council, the 7 people of Jericho that we're gonna march around the city and bring the walls down. Salute to the 7th seal. Salute to your 7th chakra, as they will call it, your corona crown. All right. So it's a twofold conversation today, real fast. Can women lead men? And memories are our prisons. Shout out to my homie Sanchia for the first half of the conversation. I'm sorry, the second half of the conversation. Memories are our prison. So, and ladies, I got a question that Kevin Samuels posed, and I think, men, I would love for you to answer this question, and you can think about it. But here's the questions, lady. You ready? And you ever hear a question so goddamn good, you start fucking swinging on the air like, oh shit, right? He said, ladies, What do you have to offer a man that you have never offered another man? Boy, now if you're a woman with kids, that's gonna be some hard shit. But I don't know, maybe easy to you. But I would like that question for myself because I believe in balance. What could I offer a woman that I have never offered another woman? Right? That shit kind of easy for me, but I keep that to myself in a sense, right? So I was like, shit. So I asked two of my homegirls real fast, like, and they was like, fuck, I need one. Went and smoked a cigarette. Like, hold on, nigga. I think I gotta smoke a cigarette. That's a fucking good one. And she cracking up laughing the whole time, like, shit, fuck, what? That's my other homegirl. And she like, oh shit, can I think about this? And then she started rolling, but she like, no, I'm gonna get back with you later on this and shit, right? So, men, what can you offer women that you ain't never offered a woman before? Ladies, what can you offer a man that you ain't never offered a man before? Put it in the chat. Talk to me. Then we can get into some conversation of can women lead men? Okay. So who's willing to open up here and be transparent? Okay. Who's willing to do it? All right. Who's willing to do it? You want to call in? You want to call in and come on the air? 267-403-4078. Call and be on the air. 267-403-4078. Right. Tell me, what can you offer your partner that you ain't never offered another partner with your old ass? Old meaning you didn't have more than one and you didn't old, like, come on. You know what I'm saying? This ain't your first time around the relationship block, right? What you gonna do different, right? Can't be the coochie. You can't be the stick. You know what I'm saying? Can't be that. What you gonna do different? What do you have to offer that's different from the male perspective, from the female perspective? I need to know this. And I want to know it from Miss Blue Lotus. Tanisha, what you got? What you gonna offer a man, Tanisha, that you ain't never offered another man? Huh? Miss Sasha, AA, what you gonna offer a man that you ain't never offered another man? So Miss Blue Lotus says, helping with stability. That money is right now. That's all I can think of right now. She willing to pitch in with that cha-ching. Cha-ching. What if he don't need your money? What if that nigga a Flintstone? Like, I'm paid. Your money don't affect me. I don't need your money. In fact, I come from the school of I'm a man. I got this taken care of in this world. They call it the alpha male in a sense, right? I'm a high value. I don't necessarily need your money. Your money don't affect my world. You paying the bills and taking care of us actually makes me feel like I'm not adequate. So that's a no-no in my world. So what can you offer that you haven't offered no other man, right? And I'm not saying, the money ain't a good thing. All right. Mass Destiny, what's up? If you have grown and become balanced, service from a new international aspect. What do you mean? Service from a new international aspect. Are you saying that we're about to start ordering and importing shea butter? What are you saying? We about to start exporting oils to Africa or something? I'm being an asshole, Miss Potolo, but what are you saying here? You know what I'm saying? What are some things that you can bring to this relationship here, right? That you've never brought? What you bringing to the table? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, I gotta salute that nigga Kevin Samuels. That's why that nigga on fire. He's asking some hard questions, and he is that nigga. That nigga is the representation of the collective suppression of what men have been thinking, and he's also an expression of an aspect of consciousness that comes directly from the woman. See, ladies and gentlemen, it's not really fair in a sense. Happy wife, happy life. But happy husband, happy what? Nothing don't even fucking rhyme with husband. What rhymes with husband? Dublin? Husband. Give me some words that rhyme with husband. I don't know. Right? What happy wife, happy life. Here's one. It's cheaper to keep her. Ladies, I've said this before, right? These slogans, especially happy wife, happy life, comes from a perspective of let me just shut up because I don't want to ruffle the feathers. She don't understand. So I don't even feel like going through the shit. So I'm just gonna not say shit about it so everything can be cool. That don't mean that it ain't some shit that this nigga feeling. It's some shit that's there. Okay? Some shit that's there. What's up, Miss Flower Lakeisha? Hey, you the flower lady. I'm serious. You want me the flower lady for the procession. When I get into this goddamn webinar come Saturday, oh shit, it's already posted. We're gonna do it live right here Saturday at 8 p.m. When I get into the Rittenhouse shit, we're gonna talk about the ceremonial procession that gotta take place, you know what I'm saying, the end game to open up the motherfucking portal. I'm back on my portal shit. I'm back on my 2011, that 2011 through 13. That nigga right there. Oh, that nigga was one motherfucking magical ass nigga right there. I'm back on that shit. Yeah. I'm like Black Youngster. I'm back on my bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm back on my bullshit. Meaning I'm just back on my magic shit. I'm ready. I'm just ready. I'm really ready to activate the motherfucking laws. I'm ready to motherfucking create phenomenon so we can tap into the power of God and see it for your goddamn self so you and God can just continue to go be one. I'm not your God. I don't want to be your motherfucking God. I just want to open up the way with the celestial knowledge that a nigga have and say, bam, that's just what it is. May you do what you want to do with it from this point forward. All right? You dig? All right? So what you got? Lex Black, the black man. Talk to him, Lex Black. What you gonna bring to a woman that you ain't never brought to another woman? Talk to me. Where my man OG Bruce Lee at? Where my man Jason McDiggity Biggity Doogles? What you gonna bring to a woman that you ain't never brought before? Come on, Saja, what you bringing to a man that you ain't never brought before? Y'all don't want to answer this. So we don't want to have these tough conversations. We don't want to have these tough conversations. Okay? We're gonna start bullying y'all like Kevin Sanders. We're gonna cut this live off. You don't want to have these conversations, ladies and gentlemen. You can't get this conversation anywhere else. Okay? Like, come on. Sitting there holding it in, let it out. All right? An unorthodox perspective. What does it look like? Give us an example. Give me an example of an unorthodox perspective. What that look like? Hey, baby, let's go down to the observatory and look at the stars. Let's look at an event and see if we can find the positive, what appears to be a negative thing. What is an unorthodox perspective? What is it? So y'all think about that question, all right? Because I think y'all struggling a little bit here, and that's okay. That's all right. That's some shit to think about. I had to think about it for a quick second, but I'm such in a state where I was having this conversation the other day. If you know what you don't want, then you should automatically know what you do want. Okay. Especially when you have to become disgusted. I'll say it again, right? And I'm telling stories about sister wives and all that, bro. Women are more open to that convo. Oh shit, he going there with y'all. Okay. All right. Okay. What we want for our sisters, we want for ourselves. Patricia Dixon. That's the book to have. College educated sister. who you go higher up the echelon in degrees, this college educated woman, professional woman, don't want to deal with the nigga that's on his mama couch in the basement playing motherfucking PlayStation. That don't match, right? That's not evenly yoked. She's college educated and is a professional. She's a doctor. What's she gonna be doing fucking with a nigga that's playing PlayStation smoking blunts? What is she gonna be doing fucking with the local dope boy? Maybe she will. You find a little thrill in some shit if he kind of dope boy business. But what if he ain't got no business? It's just not a match. So the higher you go up the motherfucking ladder, I keep telling you, the smaller this shit becomes because motherfuckers are afraid of heights. Okay? And so now you look around and you're like, the pool of selection has just become slim. So for her, she had to go into, she started questioning herself and just started saying, you know what, let me study the Asar Aset community, looking into this polygamy thing. Because all the brothers that are really professional, that don't have no kids, in a sense, they ass married. Yeah, or something like, oh shit, let me start looking. So she studied the Asar Set community, she studied the Hebrew Israelite community, and then she studied an Islamic community. So she studied 3 different Black religious organizations, in a sense, to understand the concept of polygyny, and then got to a point of what she called, well, shit, what I want for myself, I really want that for my sister too. And she just had to be real and bring statistics to the goddamn conversation. It's an excellent piece. It used to was in this years ago. So it's called "What We Want for Us," "What We Want for Ourselves," "What We Want for Our Sisters, We Want for Ourselves" by Patricia Dixon. Okay, Bar King, what it do? What it do? Unconditional love. That's what you bring. That's what you bring. So. Hold on, Tanisha. Hold on. Unconditional love. I have a hard time struggling with the term unconditional because I believe everything in the universe has a condition, one. But what does unconditional love look like? Because, for example, Tanisha, for example, right? If I say, Tanisha, you love me, I love you, but I'm in a relationship, but I want you to love me anyway. Let's do this, girl. In fact, I want you to be wife number, whatever. You didn't necessarily have a number, but whatever. Are you going with that? You going with that? Let me know. I don't think you're gonna go with that because I think a Leo ain't going with that. Not that some Leos can't. I just think you ain't gonna go for that. So say if you don't go for that, then you have a certain condition about your unconditional. And what we need to know is, what is your condition when you say unconditional love? Okay. Come on, talk to me. Give me the real shit. I think about Venus and Pisces is the ancient ruler here. Well, it's exalted here, rather. Very favorable, very artistic, very beautiful. Could dress weird, music, poetry. It has definitely an Erykah Badu vibe. They love spirit, they love music, they love invisible inspiration. It's the perfect artist energy. Okay. Venus and Aries, I got that. So it can be, I'm trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, how are we defining love? Talk that shit, Flowers. Talk that shit. How are we defining love? Oftentimes, we argue about the word, but we have a different definition and understanding of what that word is. So that question is very, very important. And you got to get to a point in your evolution where you say, wait a minute, hold on. What do you mean when you say that? So I can just make sure that we're on the same page, because you would be flabbergasted that you arguing about a term, but you're really arguing about, you're arguing about a word, but you're really arguing about, your definition of it. You understand what I'm saying? So, not too long ago, I had a conversation about intimacy. I don't think I think sex is an expression of intimacy. You know what I'm saying? But there's different levels of intimacy But at the time we was talking about sex, so therefore I think intimacy can be an expression of sex as well. So I'm thinking like, okay, we're talking about sex and not necessarily the different aspects of intimacy. You see what I'm saying? So we have to be clear on what love is to me, what is love to you. And this is how we start to get into this mode of compatibility. How do you see the world? What is this to you? Right? What is success to you? Right? What is spirituality to you? What is love to you? What is Blue Lotus blew my motherfucking mind. I ain't lost my motherfucking word. Because I'm like, oh shit, that nigga Lex Black in here got him. Blue Lotus said, I tried second wife, didn't like it, not enough balance. First wife wasn't down after it all began. Right. So it was never no mutual agreement in love. Blue Lotus, we're gonna have to do a show together. We're gonna have to talk about this, Blue Lotus. We're gonna have to talk about, as a woman, how did you get in a position to be willing to get past, for lack of a better word, maybe some insecurities, some fears, the traditional norm for sure. How did you allow yourself to get in that space of allowing everything to go against the status quo and be willing to come in a situation like that? What up, Coach Mike? What's good? Right? But no, Flowers, you asking something. That we have to define these things. This is why I had came out with I should show you on the screen. I had came out with a PDF for those people who came into the Blue Lotus. I'll send you a link right now if you want to. You can do it now. You can go live right now. You just drop your email in here and I'll send you a link. And then me and you be on the same screen if you want to do it. You know what I mean? This is a live show. You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. You know? But what was I saying? What was I saying? No, the 25 homophones of love and marriage. So you come in the Family Wealth Club, I was giving this out, man, like, hey, man, we use some financial terms when we expressing love. In my opinion, I think it all starts with an interest. I'm interested in you for whatever reason because I think you look good. And interest is something that makes money on your money, right? You want to share, and share is like a stock term, shares of a company. Women want security. A security is something that you can package up and sell and shit. You want to bond with one another. Well, shit, that's a financial instrument that pays a sucky ass percentage every year, but it's a financial instrument that's almost guaranteed income, but it's so low, but it's guaranteed, right? And we identified like 25 homophones that we use in the expression of love that are really financial terms. So whether you do the play of fiance and finance, that's the same shit. But you just gonna put a little horizontal line on top of a word and say it's something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop it. It's the same shit. Fiance and finance. You understand what I'm saying? So marriage is business. Love is business. And some very interesting in cosmic law. I talked about it before. Both are ruled by the planet Venus. Venus rules your relationships, but Venus rules Taurus. And Taurus to motherfucking Libra don't get along. It don't flow. It's air and earth. The shit has nothing in common. So Venus got this dual nature where it governs relationships, but it don't bring the money aspect into the shit. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. And so what is it that we have to learn about love? We absolutely have, in my opinion, we should be wanting to learn about these financial terms. So I created I'm gonna show y'all this shit, right? I do this shit. I do this. I do it, and I need to do it more. You know what I mean? I need to stand. my motherfucking ground. I'm standing my ground. I'm standing my ground, y'all. Tanisha, I'm about to tell. Tanisha, I'm warning you. I'm standing my ground, Tanisha. I'm standing my ground. I like messing with Tanisha. She's such a funny Leo. So let me share my screen. You. All right. And so interest, trust, share, partnership. A partnership is like a legal entity, like a LLC or a limited partnership, a LP. You know what I'm saying? That's a structure. Bond consideration. Consideration is actually a financial term in contracts, right? If I gave you a deposit and you didn't deliver the shit, that was consideration. I got a right to motherfucking sue you because I gave you consideration. I want you to keep me company, right? A checking account. You want somebody that's checking on you. A woman wants, in my opinion, you want somebody that's checking on you, right? I think some men may want that as well. Insure. You want somebody to insure your love, but that's like insurance because you insure the family as well on the financial side. You want somebody you can lean on, right? Well, a lien is an instrument that goes against the property and shit too, right? You want appreciation. Appreciation is a financial term that goes up in value. You don't want to be grossed out about some shit, but gross is the total amount of money that came in before expenses and taxes and shit, right? You don't want nobody that's feel like a liability in your love relationship because a liability is something that takes away from the money. It's a subtraction in accounting, right? And it just goes on. You want to feel like you equal. That's equity. It's the same shit. Equity is a share, right? So you want to feel balanced in your relationship, right? Well, shit. Check your balance in your account, your balance sheet. And so what we need to do is we know all the general love expressions. So now let's start studying what these financial terms are and quiz your partner. They may say the term, you say the goddamn definition. They may say the definition, you may say what term they're talking about. Sort of like flashcards when it comes to love and money, because marriage is really a business. I can't tell you, ladies, especially ladies, in real estate, I come across people where Big Daddy then died. Big Mama don't know shit about nothing. Don't know where to make the payments to. Don't know nothing. Don't know how to pay taxes. So now this shit is going to probate. It ain't even going to probate. It's actually going to the auction. And when it go to the auction and get bidded, the grandson, third generation, calling me, my dad, my grandparents lived in this house. My daddy lived in this house, and I used to always come over here and I live in this house. They're like 3-4 generations deep. But Big Mama don't know how to take care of business when Big Daddy gone. Right? This shit happens. Because even if it don't fall on Big Mama, Big Daddy failed to put the son or a financial custodian or a power of attorney, whatever, to ensure, we want that insurance, right? To ensure that all goes well. You don't miss a beat. Okay? So we gotta learn this shit. Okay? This is why I spend time now more on this side of the ledger than I do in the spiritual lofty conversations, because the spiritual lofty conversations and your understanding of that shit is not what's going to sustain your goddamn bills. I want you to write a motherfucking check from the magic book, the manifestation book. Send their ass a manifestation check. Tell them to cash that shit. Tell them to meditate on you paying them in 30 days so you can get the money, and watch they look at you like you kookaloo and your shit be cut off. Okay? So there has to be a divine balance here. All right, so now let's get into the conversation. Can women lead men? Yes and no. Yes, But this man must be a supportive, nurturing fella who is willing to play the second position of chief operating officer. If she's a creative, then you're the one that comes with spreadsheets, organization. I always say be at the table vending. You got the bags, you doing this credit card transactions, you meeting and greeting, you working side by side with your wife, her vision, her company. Yes, it can be so. She can lead. Without a shadow of a doubt, she can lead. Okay? She can lead. Now, energetically speaking, when we go to the cosmos to get some type of understanding, the Martian energy is a very active masculine principle. That nigga wants to go, go, go. That's go, go gadget. That nigga got to go. Okay? So her drive may be strong. And Venus, I like because it rules relationships, represents female and beauty, marriage partners, which is relationships, is the feminine receptive quality. And I guarantee you, for example, if I have Venus in Aries, but I met a woman with Mars in Aries, the roles have now reversed cosmically, and it will filter down into the physical, where she will be potentially very passionate and entrepreneurial, right? Because that's the Aries type of trait. And then my Venus is there, is like, oh my God, I just love her. This is so sexy. That's sexy, girl. Go get that money. Go get it. What I need to do? What you need, right? So that would mean that the male has to have his own, he has to be in tune with his own inner feminine. And I don't know if we are. I think one of the most, and I ain't saying this ain't no cap, seriously. Well, I think one of the most beautiful people that I've really come to understand and appreciate that's around me is my man Jason. Right? It's a very subtle, it's just a very subtle energy that feels like it's tapped into the feminine aspect. It's not loud like me, big mouth, and you know what I mean, but it's different. You know what I'm saying? And if you in tune with your inner feminine, and she's in tune with her inner masculine, a role reversal takes place. It's a positive thing, then positive results come out of it. Now, there's a way, I keep telling you, that I can quantify this and show you a negative role reversal. Okay? It looks like this. I'll give you one example of what this looks like. Okay? The lady is born with, again, we're going to put Mars in Aries, very passionate, can't sit still, on the go, even in Capricorn, for real, for real. And let's just say he has the moon in Libra, Venus in Libra. Now, his feminine psyche, the cosmic the planets represent an aspect of your own individual consciousness. All planets are just a representation of a certain aspect of your mind. It's an outward expression of a certain representation of your mind. The moon is feminine, your perception of women, your perception of your mother, the perception of your emotional expression. In order for you to express something, you must perceive something. Whether you perceive it as good or whether you perceive it as bad, it's your perception. Mars, your passion, your drive, your gangster, that's your perception of what fires you up. Saturn, your limitation, your karma, your hard work, your delays. I don't feel like it. It's hard. Oh, I gotta do it over and over again. That's your perception of work. So all the planets are different aspects of your mind. Now, if a woman has Mars in Aries, let's just say she is in Aries. Now the sun is in Aries. Isn't that not a double masculine principle? The sun, hello, in mythology, it was called Apollo. That was a male. Mars, in the Roman mythology, Roman god Mars is male. He's the god of war. Aries is the Greek masculine figure, god of war. So that's like a triple masculine energy because Aries is masculine, the sun is masculine, and Mars is masculine. So it's a triple masculine energy. Now, let's say he's a Libra, Venus in Libra. That's strong because it belongs there. The moon in Libra, his emotions. And I know men, one of my sons got this. People who got Libra moons are clingy as a motherfucker. Okay? I gotta say it. They just clingy. Because Libra is the partnership. The moon is the emotion. So a man with a Libra moon, he's like damn near 100% dependent upon a woman for his emotional fulfillment. He's not a loner like the moon in Gemini don't give a fuck. The moon in Capricorn don't give a fuck. The moon in Aquarius don't give a fuck. The moon in Aries don't give a fuck. The moon in Sag don't give a fuck. Okay? Again, I'm speaking generally because you can have other things that contradict that and then you fall on the side of being clingy. And I don't give a fuck. So I'm just talking in general terms here. So his feminine energy is in relationship, but her masculine energy in Aries, which is opposition, which is a clash, is in the masculine. And so this opposition, he feels threatened and feel like your energy is too masculine. Ooh, don't let it be Mars opposite Mars. I despise that marker in relationship. Mars opposite Mars. If y'all niggas ain't got no goal and getting to it, y'all in trouble. And somebody gonna get a black eye at some point in a goddamn relationship. I hate that marker. Absolutely hate it. Mars opposite Mars. Oh, that's disgusting. Okay? Because it's a negative masculine energy. And when you have negative masculine energy, it's violence. Okay? Now, he's clingy Smurf, Mr. Clingy Smurf in Libra. Bro, I'm in a relationship. The Aries, I'm on a road. I gotta go. I got this convention. I got this. I'm on the move. You need to be at home tending to this relationship. That's what he's saying. You sound like a little bitch. You know about, right? That's what it comes off that way. Because the energy could be in opposition to each other. So now it needs to manifest itself as a physical event. Move his Libra energy and put it over to Cancer. Oh my God. The water sign, the one that wants to hug you and nurture you, and you got all this fire and you want to be gone, and you really ain't the best emotional expressive person anyway. What do water do to fire? Puts it out. What do fire do to water? Boils that shit. Turns into a different element called air and steam. Evaporates your ass. Right? So this is what you will call a negative attraction. And here's the kicker. When you understand the battery, I keep telling people, you are a battery because you have electricity inside of you. Electricity has to have a positive pole and a negative pole. So when you come in the vicinity of a partner who you think look good, they're made of positive and negative energies. You made of positive and negative energies. Because you light within. All electricity has magnetism. Now you're drawn to each other. But there's negative attractor factors that's pulling y'all together. But you don't know this because you don't necessarily, we never had a science that can actually show us what the possibilities is likely to be. What is drawing us together? Is it more of the square and the opposition? Cancer to Aries, that's a square. It's a problem. Elemental wise, fire and water, we need a medium to go in between that called a pot. And that don't even work because the fire is going to evaporate the water eventually. And if we remove it and put the water on the fire is going to go out. Right? So now we in trouble if it's a negative attractor factor. So can women lead? Yeah, absolutely. For sure. There's nothing wrong with it. I actually think it's quite cute. I think it's quite cute to a degree. To a degree. I think it's cute. Right? But it can happen. Now, let's move to the second half of the conversation. Sanchia finally made it. And like I told you, this was inspired by me and her conversation earlier. So she asked me a question about something. And I was like, I don't know if I'm sure I want to know that. In fact, I don't want to know it. And then I told her, what up, Dave? Memories are our prison. It always makes me think of that minister Jew because he dared to venture out to go beyond the pineal gland and decided to deal with the structure in the brain known as the hippocampus that's responsible for the storage of memory along with spatial perception as well, and some other pretty cool shit. If you've never seen the kiddie movie Inside Out, watch it tonight. Go ahead and pay a little couple dollars, $8.99, $3.99, whatever. Watch Inside Out. It's the dopest little kiddie movie ever, and it's talking about memories. When you're sitting there recalling a negative experience, it stresses you out, creates this aspect of stagnation. The body and brain is like a computer. Hey man, you already got your hard drive, your space is full. You can't even have no more memory come on this shit. You ain't even got the capacity to get to abundance, nigga, because your inner storage is filled already. And then you got bad motherfucking memories. This nigga done did this to you. This chick done did this to you. Your mama called you a weak bastard when you was in the second grade. I still remember that, right? Your daddy looked you dead in your eye when you was going to the park when you had the black Michael Jordan signature ball when you and your cousins and your friends was about to go down and he don't play basketball. And your daddy looked you dead in the eye and said, you ain't gonna be the next Michael Jordan. I still remember that, right? We have these experiences, these memories that you never forget. You never forget them. And if in a chronic state, they haunt you. You can't get them to turn off. They haunt you. So now you in prison by your own goddamn memories. I don't want to know no bad shit. You can't call me and Jew, nigga, don't even tell me no more, nigga. Because I don't even want to visualize that shit. I'm not about to watch a motherfucker get murdered by the police just because that shit happened, nigga. I'm not watching that shit. What do I need to watch it for? You already know the fucking aftermath. I gotta watch it? You're out your motherfucking mind. One of the most fucked up things I did was like, well, what year was that shit? Like 2001 When that motherfucker cut off that nigga's head, the motherfucking Taliban boys, what was his name? Daniel Bird or some shit. The motherfucking Taliban cut that motherfucker head off with a knife and was sawing it off and shit. I watched that shit. That shit's still in my fucking head from all those years later. You cannot put negative imagery in your mind's eye because it becomes trapped. So now what happens is, it's called the HPA axis, ladies and gentlemen. Look this shit up. HPA axis. Hippocampus. Oh, the memory person. Pituitary gland, known as the master gland of the body, but that's not the master gland. The pituitary gland is the bartender. The bar owner who buys all the goddamn chemicals is the hypothalamus. The pituitary gland's job is to take the goddamn chemicals from the hypothalamus and go serve that shit to the correct region of the body. So it's like the bartender. But since that's all you see and you don't know the club owner who's buying all the goddamn liquor, you think that motherfucker's the boss. On the chemical side, see, there's two sides of the brain. There's the electrical side that deals with light and sound and impulses and touch and shit. It deals with senses, which is light. That's the hippocampus that stores the memory and got shit to do with chemicals. It stores the memory. The amygdala, whose job is to watch how you respond and then stamp that stimuli. I'll say it again. Your brain is watching you, right? DNA is watching you. Hold on, Drew, I'm on the live. What up?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. DNA is watching you. So the amygdala is sitting back idle, and see the amygdala as the notary. The amygdala is the notary, and it's saying, I got two stamps, good, bad, before we file it over here with the librarian called memory hippocampus. The amygdala can't say it's bad until you say the shit is bad, until you respond. It can't say it good until you smile and be like, oh shit, what's up? Oh, thank you so much. So your brain is saying, oh, flowers, good. Oh, spider, run, bad. So your perception is shaping your goddamn DNA. Now they just caught up with it called epigenetics. Duh, your goddamn perception of the environment shapes your goddamn DNA. Okay? All right, cool. So the amygdala and the goddamn hippocampus is the electric side of the brain. The chemical side of the brain, the electrical stimuli comes in, bad, okay, it's bad, shoots that shit instantly over here to the chemical maker, right? The chemical maker, the pituitary gland, says, oh shit, nigga, I need a shot of 151. Like that shit, we need a flaming mo, right? Like that shit, oh, this is stress. Okay, this is stress. Let me go serve this shit down to the adrenals that sit on the kidneys. Okay? So the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus, they are part of the chemical side of the brain. So what happens is this pituitary gland, the bartender with all the chemicals that's serving it up, sends the shit down to the adrenals that get you pumped up, to get you going. Here's the problem. When you get in a space of chronic stress, of a prolonged state, the body says, I love you so much, talking to your brain, to command. That's why in the movie, the little emotions Inside Out was in command, talking about the brain. I love you so much, nigga. I'm going to create what's known as daughter cells. And these daughter cells are going to build receptor sites and go to the appropriate organ which is being affected the most, or better yet, the organ that's affected the most will develop daughter cells, receptor sites that wants to take in the stress chemical from this nigga up here in your brain known as the pituitary. Here's the problem with that. It's called a negative feedback loop within the HPA axis. You ready? Here's the problem. You ain't stressed today, and even tomorrow, and even 3 days. These cells is like, I need my food. They didn't got addicted to the goddamn stress. I need my food. I'm hungry. So since they're hungry, they send electrical signals back up to the hippocampus. Like, nigga, I need a drink. I'm sorry, back up to the pituitary gland, the bartender, I need a drink. The bartender, in return, communicates with the hippocampus and was like, hey man, you remember with such and such a drink? And the hippocampus is like, yeah, that nigga cheated on you. Yeah, that nigga did you dirty. Yeah, she did this to you. Your mama said this to you. Your daddy said this to you. So now you recall the bad memory. The bad memory starts to go, and then the pituitary gland says, oh yeah, that's right. The motherfucking baby mama drama juice. Let me send that stress on back down there. So now within your body is stress cells that's calling for stress chemicals to get made in your brain against your conscious self, and you wonder why you dipping off and wondering about some shit. I had a flashback. I had a trigger. You triggered me. If you don't tell that trigger, shut the fuck up and man up and woman up and boss up, I had a moment. I'm in the mood because I had a trigger. I need some time. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to have no time, but at what point do we evolve and we check that shit at the door? Like, yeah, I know what that is. I give you some real shit. I'm going to give you the realest shit. Fuck it. All right. So at the time, me and my old lady, we had separated, right? I was fucking around with, I was with Rabe for a minute for like 6 months and shit, right? She was with another motherfucker. We call him old head. She was with an older nigga, right? Older nigga bought her a pair of shoes. Okay, it's true shit. Bought her a pair of shoes. The motherfucking black Air Force Ones, the all black ones and shit, right? And so when me and her decided to reconcile and get back together, she still had the motherfucking old pair of shoes, right? So when, she want to know about, me and my relationship, and old girl, she know, yeah, old girl done been down here. She done flew in and she done been here and shit. As a woman, she don't want to sleep in the same bed because another woman was in that bed, right? What I do? All right, fuck it. Get rid of the goddamn bed. All right, okay. So maybe it's an energy thing. I can understand it. Cool, whatever. Now, what did I do about the shoes? I kept the shoes there as a reminder to my goddamn self. It was 2 things. One, I don't want to be insecure over some bitch ass shoes. The fuck I look like feeling some type of way with some goddamn shoes. I wasn't your motherfucking man at the time. I don't give a fuck. For real. And it also was there as a little reminder to, if you want this, if you want her, stay on your shit then, nigga. So fuck the shoes. They can stay. Now, Minister Jew used to say, nigga, I'm burning them motherfucking shoes. Ain't no motherfucking way in hell, nigga. You better than me. I'm burning them shoes. That was him. Me, I'm like, nigga, I'm from the strip club era, nigga. I don't give a fuck about no motherfucking shoes, nigga. I don't. Because that keeps me from becoming emotionally controlling. It's not on my timeline, man. What I look like feeling some type of way when this shit don't exist on my timeline. It ain't like it was like infidelity and you cheated on me and then you went out and then you came home with some motherfucking new shoes and I'm motherfucking busting my ass, working like a motherfucking slave, like my daddy and shit, busting his ass to come home and, he ended up finding out old Chucky boy and ratted on his mama. Mommy friend Art came over and shit, and now he find out that his motherfucking wife cheated and shit. Now that's a violation. I can get it. I can understand that. But it ain't on my timeline. And so I don't care if it ain't on my timeline. In fact, I kind of need that shit in a sense, because in this realm, you find out that when you get attached to shit, that's the shit that you eventually have to learn how to let go. Because the attachment is what keeps you in the goddamn cycle. Now we're going to have to go to the Buddhists and the Hindu boys to get the understanding, because the attachment is a guaranteed prescription for reincarnation. And I don't care if y'all ain't together no more, you attach to the next. It works hella faster and definitely increases when you are attached to the negative imprint of it. Because negative energy has a stronger gravitational pull. It's called going downhill, nigga. When you sad, you frown. You go down. When you go down, you go faster. When you lift weights in this world and you got to go against the resistance and you lifting, that shit hurts. Smiles go up. It's harder to attract the abundance because there's more weight that you have to take on. So it's easier to run downhill and get into some negative shit. You understand? It's just the laws of gravity in this place. Okay? And so our memories become our motherfucking prison. Now, how do you free yourself? This is why I'm gonna have to put it up here, because I don't got time for this shit right here. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time for it, man. Where is it? I don't know. Where is that? That's Minister Juice shit right there. I don't know. He got to update his shit. There you go. He's at theimaginationguru.com. Okay? Seriously, for real. You got some shit that's fucking with you? Seriously, you really got some shit that's fucking with you? Do two things. Really one. Just go ahead and get a positron pass consultation and really rework that shit. Now, if you get the gist of what the fuck is being said here, I'm going to be honest with you, you may not need the consultation. Okay? But sometimes we like to somebody hold our hand, and I ain't gonna lie about this shit. There is an energy of transference that happened from the motherfucker who done built the resonance around this shit. But you know, you be the judge, okay? Because I don't ever want this shit to be like motherfucker trying to solicit you for some money for you to get your goddamn help. There's nothing wrong with it, but I really don't want you to feel that way so you can get past your own goddamn ego. See, the ego is a motherfucker. The ego do this shit. Sanchia don't eat right, but she's sitting up here, got a website called Holistic Seasonings, and she's sitting up there eating jerk salmon and jerk chicken and eating dead flesh, but yet she's doing holistic consultations. What the fuck do Sanchia's dietary law got to do with the information and shit that she has? If a motherfucking crackhead said, "Hey, nigga, I don't want you motherfucking smoke crack, nigga. Don't be like me, nigga." What I supposed to say? Nah, nigga, you ain't healthy. Give me some crack. That's the same argument, man. Just because a person is not practicing what they preach, that has nothing to do with if the information is valid or not. That's where we get it fucked up at. If you really knew how this shit worked, the motherfucker that's preaching it is going through it more than you, because they the one that's bearing the cross. That's how they know. Like they said, me and you had this conversation earlier. You're going to hear people clap at Kevin Sam. Y'all niggas really going to take advice from a man that been divorced 2 times? Yeah. The motherfucker knows what dysfunction is like. So now he can tell me, I've been in this right here, partner. I'm going to tell you where it's fucked up at. This is where it's fucked up at. See, you think that it's supposed to be the motherfuckers that is together for a long ass time that's miserable as fuck, but it's really, you don't know it, but it's really that nigga that's saying, happy wife, happy life. You know how we do, man. Happy life, happy wife. But behind the scenes, the little white girl coming and picking your ass up in the alley and you going to smash and shit. Right? And it's cheaper to keep her. So what you really saying is, I don't feel like going through the drama. It's gonna cost me too much. I got to get my own space. She gonna put child support on me and shit. So fucking, I'm just gonna endure this motherfucking shit, nigga. Y'all think that's the shit, right? But even if it is that beautiful, happy ass couple with 40, 50 years that has true bliss, does not invalidate the motherfucker who's been through the shit of the fire to tell you, hey man, do XYZ, homie. You don't want to do this. Hold on, y'all. I may got a little business call coming in. Hello? Hey, what's happening? Okay, I appreciate it, man. Give me a call. Did they add to your order the house next door on 130? All right, sweet. Now on 126, if you look in the driveway, that air vent up top to get to the attic, I can tell something was prying in there. It looked like it's a big hole there. So just definitely put that on your focus when you see that. Mm-hmm. Okay, gotcha. Okay, well, yeah, give me a call and let me know what the options are based off, your observation. Okay, okay, thank you, appreciate it. All right. Yeah. Oh man, talking about putting the goddamn thing around his neck, gonna strangle him and kill him. The nigga just want to come in the house and get warm and shit upstairs. I don't want to kill him. So anyway. All right. So listen, man. If you got the trauma, because I don't deal with this shit. Me, we was having this great conversation yesterday. I'm just listen. I'm at this point like this, man. To be or not to be. Shakespeare said to fucking be or not to be, and I always loved that because it was like is you is or is you ain't, man. Is you is my baby, is you ain't, right? Like we gonna do this, we ain't, and we ain't talking about relation. I'm talking about we myself. We gonna motherfucking get to this motherfucking goal or we ain't, nigga. I appreciate the boot camp style shit. My spirit does that. I need that type shit, right? I need that. That's me. I like the little Dan Pena, the little motherfucker that's gonna cuss you the fuck out, tell you shut the fuck up, you being the cunt and man up and stop being a little pussy and grow a pair of balls and just man the fuck up. I like that shit, especially when it pertains to politics, nigga. You're not gonna convince him. I'm like, I want to know who the fuck's suppressing who. Because see, I believe in God and I ain't afraid to pray to God to fuck you up. I've done that and that works. So I said, oh, okay, since that worked, I'm not gonna even get in the habit of that. I'm gonna be righteous about that shit. I wish a motherfucker would. And when I say a motherfucker, I ain't talking about black folks. I repel them little fleas. I ain't even talking about black folks. I'm talking about motherfuckers that potentially that in seat of government. Oh yeah. Oh, you gonna choke him out like that? Okay, okay, all right, okay, right. So to be or not to be, Nike said, just do it. You know what you want. You know what you want to do. So do the shit. Like we ain't got time to be saying, oh, I don't know what my life path is. I don't know what I want to be. You mean to tell me you ain't never had an idea, man, of what success look like to you? For real? Like never? I refuse to believe that. You had an idea somewhere along the line and got lost. And it's so fucking what appears to be so far away. The shit that you got to do to get there, that shit may be appearing to be a burden because that shit gonna take a grind for you to get there. Nigga, you sell shea butter and you make $1 profit off that shit. You got to sell a million motherfucking shea butters to get a million motherfucking dollars in the bank. All right, so how you gonna sell this million shea butters, nigga? How? Right? Right? All right, here go a list of motherfucking 3,000 stores. Now you got to supply them all. Right? Like you got to do the math on this shit. So that shit may be discouraging, but I refuse to believe that you don't have an idea what your motherfucking calling is. You that goddamn disconnected from your goddamn self. You don't know what your calling is. You don't know what your what you want to do. You never had an idea. So random motherfucker is just supposed to tell you some shit that you ain't never, and don't get me wrong, motherfucker can tell you some shit like you a healer. Healer? What are you talking about? Nigga, I'm a motherfucking astrologer. Nigga, you talking about a healer. Oh, shit, I got an interest in healing years later. That's not to say that can't happen. That happened. That happened to me. That was a true story. But I always had some form of passion. And it's okay for you to say, I was on this type of time. Then, nigga, I was in motherfucking strip clubs. Then, now in the mood to motherfucking black motherfucking bookstores as my motherfucking legitimate business and shit. To move to that shit. Now in the move to motherfucking online shit. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit changes. Passion change. You know what I'm saying? But to rewind it a little bit, don't entertain negative shit. You ain't got time for that. Nigga, I don't even want to see I can listen. I got my vices. My vices, I ain't gonna lie. Here go my vices. I fuck with BMF. I fuck with street shit. I ain't gonna lie. BMF. I fuck with motherfucking Power. I fuck with motherfucking Ghost. I like Raising Kanan the best. That's the shit. Because Mom Dukes be getting it. I like that shit. So, you know what I mean? I got my vices on some street shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be watching no motherfucking Lifetime and women getting battered and shit. Like I can't get with that shit. I like street shit. It ain't making one better than the other. You know what I'm saying? But I'm so aware that I know that it's street shit and it's fictional, or it's telling and depicting some shit from some factual shit just for me to get my history. I'm not observing it as real time phenomenon and then gonna feel some type of way about it. You know what I'm saying? I watch people watch shit that's on. See, you. That's why you got to be careful because men be stalking women, and then they get a negative emotion attached to the shit that they watching. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't have time for that. How you gonna ever get to this abundance that you say you want? Because if I say, hey, would you like to be financially free and have financial abundance? Again, it don't mean you're rich, whatever that may mean to you. Just simply means that money is not the reason that you can't do whatever it is that you want to do. I may want to dedicate some money to St. Jude's. I may want to build the second half of Children's Hospital. The lack of money should not be the reason why I can't. That's all I'm saying. What financial abundance is, where there's absolutely money is not the reason why you can't. So who wants to have that experience? So if you want that, when do you really have time to be taking in new negative shit, talking about negative shit, watching negative shit in your leisure, and getting caught up in world affairs of negative shit? When you got so much abundance that you said that you would like to have, you don't have space for that internally. So something has to get deleted. You got to upgrade your goddamn software and your hardware. So we're going to have to motherfucking delete all these motherfucking files, go to the recycle bin and delete them motherfuckers too. Fuck it. Wipe my whole computer clean and restore it back to factory settings again. Oh, here's the problem. It's old, and now we're on a new Windows platform and a new Apple platform. Your computer's processor don't even process that shit no more. It's just too slow. So now you have to upgrade the hardware or come over to a whole new you. You have to be reborn again with motherfucking blinders on. So me being reborn again with my blinders on, I'm not in the capacity to motherfucking consult with emotional problems unless you're kind of close to me, but I don't even got time for that. I don't. Do not call me that you want to read. I get emails. No. Email mama dada astrology at motherfucking Gmail. That's my homegirl. You came up with me and, teaching her the craft. She loved that shit. Go for it. Knock yourself out, man. I'm on something else. Now I do some private shit, but I gotta see some shit. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I ain't gonna even say that. I ain't gonna even say. I work with people. I'm really working with people in person, and it's selective. You know what I'm saying? It's selective, where I know it's really, really, really needed in a sense. Not to be, I can't be advertising myself out there, and I can't take on everybody's energy. I did it for years. It's time for me to take care of myself, self-love, and touch me. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't take it on. You know what I mean? Because my energy is such that I'll start to fucking pick up information about dead motherfuckers around you and shit. And like, I ain't got time for that shit, man. I want us to win. You know what I mean? Get in a position where you want to get into some true healing, in my opinion, is, well, let's go purchase a property together out in the countryside and really get it in. And since it's paid for, maybe you do a residency there and, fuck it, you live there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I had bought this big ass property. Remember I bought that big ass yellow property? I was sharing this with my homegirl the other day, man. Like, man, I bought that shit and I felt like, I go through that shit. Like, am I a failure? You know what I'm saying? I bought it, I sold it, gave people their money back out. I don't let nobody lose nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, it would have took $200K to motherfucking fix this shit. But I got 100 motherfuckers that I know I could have been like, nigga, I need 2,000, nigga. Period. My track record is sealed. Nigga, two motherfucking thousand, nigga. When you get your taxes, nigga, 2,000. It's going over here. We about to do some shit that's mad different. Mad different. Right? And so I should have just came and knocked on the door of everybody, goddamn ass, like, hey, nigga, I need 2,000. You making that pledge by tax day. You coming up with that 2 G's. I thought that people was going to be like, this nigga bought a house, this big ass property, used to be a nursing home in the back. Yo, nigga, what you need me to do, nigga? That's what I thought it was going to be. So I ain't going to lie about it. My feelings was hurt. Like, oh shit. But I forgot. Like, some people have to be led and let's go over here. I'll be like, that's weird to me to a degree, because it's like, especially men, like, nigga, you a man. Like, nigga, you know what the vision is, nigga. Put up or shut up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what the vision. I don't like telling another man that, like, I fuck with Dame Dash on that shit. I don't like telling another man what the fuck to do. What the fuck is this? I'm telling another man what the fuck to do? Right? Now, I believe in motherfucking, you get where I'm going? I believe in like an equal trade-off. So it ain't nothing be like, hey, all right, Jason, man, listen, man, you good at motherfucking operations. I suck at this shit. I'm good. I'm actually good at it. I just don't like it. My time is being divided. And if I have to choose, I need to go over here in this lane. I don't want to deal with the contracts and the technical shit, because my motherfucking ass is going to misspell some shit. I'll get a template and I'm going to leave the old owner's name on the shit. Something may mismatch and shit, because I got ADD. That's not my strong point. That Virgo shit ain't my strong point, right? So let me pass that off. I ain't talking about that kind of shit. I'm talking about like really having to try to motherfucking pull a nigga up, and like, I ain't got time for that shit, man. Nah, man. Either you want this shit or go. Boo hoo. I told you niggas I was in the motherfucking dark night of the motherfucking soul, midlife crisis, right? And I think I got out. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna have to thank my homegirl Keisha. You know, Keisha's motherfucking tarot Keisha and shit. Snap me out of that shit. I had to laugh at the shit. She texted me and shit. Y'all all right? Y'all good? I'm just a motherfucking rambling and shit. And I'm telling y'all the truth, goddammit. Right? So she texted me and I'm like, I don't know the answer to this, because I didn't know the answer. And I'm like, but listen, man, I'm going through some shit right now, man. I don't want to be bothered, man. And I'm gonna come out of it, because I always do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be good. But right now I'm cool. And she like, sent me like 5 motherfucking bullet points. Number 1, don't make me come and find you. Number 2, you got work to do. Number 3, and I didn't even read it all, right? And I'm like, damn, man, she being so motherfucking, babe, respect my motherfucking boundaries and shit. And that don't mean that you don't, because I'm like, for me, honestly, 2022 is about really setting some boundaries, because I just don't feel like sharing in that manner, and I'm really putting me first, right? So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, she's kind of pushing the line here a little bit type shit. But I said, nigga, what she really saying though is, you motherfucking Superman, nigga, you a superhero. She just wants you to be to your motherfucking superpower and let's go. And I just started laughing at the shit, because that's the truth. And the shit in my ear, my right ear goes off. You know, I got a little antenna on my ear, because this is where the aliens motherfucking planted this shit here, right? So look, there was a so hey, I ain't bullshitting. Since she and Jason here, they was there because they came stayed at my house in Philadelphia. They was there, right? And so and here's the thing too. I gotta be careful with this. So when I don't say names about certain people, you know what I'm saying? It's not that I got something against the person, but what I had to learn, I never gave disclaimers on. But this is what my disclaimer should be when I fuck with somebody, right? And I bring somebody on a platform and I talk next to them and bring them in. My disclaimer should be like, hey, you engage with the person at your own will. What they do is their own thing. Sometimes there's miscommunication. Sometimes you may even get hurt, and that person may even be wrong. That is not a reflection of me, so please don't associate that with me in your experience, right? Because that shit can happen. So now you may associate this motherfucker who you done fell out with did wrong, but I'm the one that turned you on to the motherfucker. So now you don't fuck with me. And now your ass got a low-key evil eye on me and shit. When you see my shit, let me unsubscribe from this email, or let me that nigga input for you, right? You say, you know how the self-chatter shit go. You know what I'm saying? This shit is real as a motherfucker. Because I know what happens when you do that shit. What happens, I'm going to tell you what happens. It's like a motherfucker being on your website, but for some reason they got buyer's remorse and they don't push the motherfucking buy now button. I'm going to tell you what triggered them not to do that shit. It's all this other motherfucking shit in the ether that's motherfucking permeating, that's kind of stacked up against you. Okay? This is why it's paramount that you motherfucking banish every fucking day. Okay? You don't know how to banish? It's called the LBRP, Lesser Banishing Ritual Pentagram. Learn that shit on YouTube, study the shit until you figure it out. Okay? Powerful shit. All right? And so anyway, so we bring this guy in, and he says, and I always got to do the voice, so then you may catch on and shit. We do an aura reading, right? Had the technology to do the fucking aura shit and shit. So do the aura reading. I go last and shit. And he's like, 2 things stood out. He has an abnormal pineal gland, right? So saying my pineal gland was abnormal, was big. Okay, I can show you a kitty picture. Well, my shit as a kid was fucking beaming and shit. I think I got that picture on here. But he said, if you look right there, you see an alien in his aura with a helmet on his head. Said Chia Milan. The motherfucker said I had an alien, an interdimensional invisible being that we can't fucking see, was in my aura with a helmet on, as if I must got some shit that can shock this nigga or whatever. I don't know. Right? So I'm saying that to say I had developed this motherfucking lump on my motherfucking ear. But this is the side. Nah, the middle pillar though, I don't tell nobody about that shit. The middle pillar exercise will make your ass levitate, especially if you fasting. I'm telling you now, that shit will elevate your, literally physically, you will start to feel like your ass is levitate. If I fast and I did that practice, I swear to God, I know I can levitate because I fucked with that before. The middle pillar is the cream of the crop. I don't even talk about that shit to people, all right? But since you brung it up, I ain't gonna sit back and hold shit back. But anyway, And so I'd be like, oh shit. So when I get these imprints that be coming in, like if I pick up on people's energy and shit, and these names start coming to me, it appears on the right side of my brain. So I say, shit, I got this little motherfucking antenna right here because it happens on the right side of the brain. Oh, that's where them alien motherfuckers came and put that little antenna on my motherfucking ear so I can get that little sixth sense and shit. So ain't nothing wrong with a nigga, not that I know of and shit, but that's just my little motherfucking spiritual antenna that's right there. All right. All right. So moving on. Right. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all this shit because I think this was like some cool ass shit. Is it in my downloads? Is it in my downloads? Let me see if it's in my download. I thought I kept that picture in my download. Maybe I put it in my pictures and I never put it in the folder. What little Chucky? Oh, I'm glad I seen her motherfucking ass. Man, I had a motherfucking dream about Left Eye and she was on top of me and we was motherfucking kissing. And I said, man, what the fuck? Nigga, Left Eye. But I know why I had a dream of Left Eye. All right, check this out, y'all. Y'all see little Chucky? Look at little Chucky. Look at little Chucky. This was Christmas of 81, nigga. I was what, 4 years old? I look like a big 4-year-old. Look at that nigga pineal gland. Yeah, my daddy a cowboy. You know how they used to do us and shit. Look at that. Boom. You see that eye? You see that eye on that nigga? You see that eye? Bam. It's a little Chucky, man. You know what I'm saying? So you just knew that nigga was different because he got that light on him and shit. So nah, man, I had a dream about motherfucking Left Eye, man. Here's the I went over there this morning. I didn't really like this picture, but here's a new Florida property that I just finished. Give y'all where that pan shot at. Right, a little bath. Remember when I went over there the other day and shit, it was all dirty and I was over there cleaning toilets and shit. Oh, that's the bedroom. Hold on. That's what that looked like now. And shit. So that's a new floor. I'm actually about to put that in over at the incubator and shit. I thought I had where the goddamn living room shot at. Here we go. Here's the pan shot. There we go. All right. And so yeah, I love that floor, man. That floor is dope. Tacky ass bonds, but they're gonna have to take it down. So I had to shoot these pictures over to property management today, but I just wanted to show y'all that floor, man. Like I'm a big fan of that floor. And I give you the last picture, which is in the hallway and whatnot. So I like that Tuscan red Arizona type floor type shit. So yeah, man, I had I thought I saw her. Where the fuck she at? Yeah, here she goes. So I had a dream about motherfucking Left Eye. Cause I ain't never give you niggas this video about Left Eye and Bad Moon with Andre Rison. Andre Rison, they used to wide receiver. Remember, Lisa burnt that nigga house down. Well, she got mad, threw all the gym shoes in the tub, set them on fire, and that burnt the house down and shit, right? But this nigga name was Bad Moon, right? I'm tell you, I'm gonna show you the shit. I'm gonna show you the shit later. I'm gonna lay the premise. This nigga nickname is Bad Moon, Andre Rison. This nigga, when he was born, the moon was in motherfucking Gemini, and motherfucking Lisa Left Eye Lopez was a fucking Gemini, nigga. So you went by the name Bad Moon. The moon is magnetic and has attractor factors on the motherfucking Earth, water. It was in Gemini when Lisa was born. No, I'm sorry. It was in Gemini when you were born. They call you the cosmic principle, Bad Moon, and then you get the manifestation of a woman who motherfucking burnt your shit down. Now, I ain't saying motherfucking Lisa was bad. I ain't saying that. But that incident was motherfucking bad, nigga. But see, this is the shit that we don't be knowing. You know what I'm saying? Shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm motherfucker. But see, I had seen her picture when I was going through my thing, and I want to say this shit, right? There's another thing I want to tell y'all, but I'm gonna say this shit. You got to get to a point in your observation where you can feel which part of your brain is being stimulated by some shit. That's what you got to get to. Okay? So when I saw Left Eye picture on my computer, I felt the left side of my brain, maybe because it's left eye. So I feel the left side of my brain get stimulated for a quick second, right? Just like I said, when I'm reading people and I get these psychic impulses, they come on the right side of the brain, okay? So I go to sleep that night, I'm on the motherfucking couch, motherfucking left eye come and lay on top of a nigga and start kissing the nigga. We ain't do nothing else. I don't know what the, and I'm like, what the fuck? I made the correspondence, which is, I can't get into that. You know what I'm saying? Because I just can't even get into it. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, that's what I was going to say. Here's the point. Have y'all ever looked at some shit and then that day, and then you dreamed about the shit? Maybe you was listening to fucking Netflix while you was in the middle of your sleep and you hear the fucking TV. My son do that shit. That shit be driving me crazy. I got to shut the door. This nigga TV be loud as fucking. He be knocked out sleep. I don't want nothing invading my motherfucking senses while I'm asleep, nigga. That's some subconscious shit. You can't do that shit. That shit's dangerous. If you ain't listening to the right shit. I can see if you got fucking water fountain sounds and ohms going, so now there's an intention on what's going on in the room. But you ever watched some shit or looked at some shit or you was talking about some shit and then that night you went to sleep? Now, the question is, you got to rewind the tale and then be like, okay, when I thought about that shit or when I saw that shit, how did I feel? Because I'm trying to figure out, why did my brain classify it in such a manner that it came up when I was asleep? I hope y'all get that. I hope you get that there. Say it one more time. Have you ever talked about something, seen some shit, heard some shit? Later that day, you go to sleep and it comes up in your dream. The question you have to ask yourself is, why did my brain classify that information as such to bring it up into my subconscious, where I wasn't even really, especially when you wasn't pondering on this shit long. You just happened to see a flash of the picture, like, oh, they go left eye. You kept on moving. I ain't talking about some shit that you're thinking about all day and night and you stressing and shit and you got to go to motherfucking divorce court tomorrow so you can't fucking sleep and then you had a dream about a divorce, nigga. I ain't talking about that shit, because that's occupying your mind. I'm talking about the shit that appears not to occupy your conscious attention, but, you know, not like you're not dwelling on it, but all of a sudden, for some reason, it pops up in your dream. So now what you have to do is start studying what side of your brain is feeling stimulated when you see shit and you interact with things. Okay? Because what's the saying? Man, know thyself. So how you gonna know yourself if you don't know what's stimulated? We don't even know how we made, man. I never forget, I was in the class, a nigga Ali Muhammad. Nigga was teaching the health class, and that nigga posed a question. I'll never forget this question. Never in my life. It was a life-changing question. And I hope this changes your life too. It was on the basis of, if you don't even know how the brain functions, you don't know parietal lobe, you don't know temporal lobe, you don't know occipital lobe, you don't know frontal lobe, you don't know pituitary gland, hypothalamus gland, amygdala, right? And all the little shits that's in there. How can you say you are in control of your thoughts? And I said, God damn, you got me there. See, what I'm not going to do is, I'm not going to bullshit you when you got me. When you got me, I'm going to have to acquiesce. Because I'm a student so sincere to my soul's evolution. God damn it, when there's wisdom, I got to accept it. When it's right, I got to accept it. I left me fucked up. What the fuck you mean, nigga? Wait a minute. You mean to tell me I ain't in control of my thoughts? Because I don't know how my brain functions? Oh, hell no. I'm already eating the wrong foods. Oh, hell no. Nah, I'll be damned. I got to know how the brain function, nigga. You ain't going to do me like that. That's a no-no. Nah. You see what I'm saying? So if we don't know the function of our, how you gonna tell me what the fuck is up? And it don't mean that you can't be right about some shit, but how you really gonna tell me about some deeper shit? when you don't even know how the fuck you made and how your body processed thought, nigga. It's just a thought. All right? Just a thought. So let's recap so I can get out of here, man. I got to go pick up Sonny boy. Can women lead? Absolutely. Beautiful when they do. Men tap into his inner feminine. You can be very supportive, be very nurturing. You can be an awesome powerhouse. I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face. I'm sorry, man. Keisha Kayor is dope. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, I'd be right at the motherfucking Bottom Brothers convention on that motherfucking table, taking them credit card transactions. You know what I'm saying? It can work. Okay? Now you got to watch out, because if it's negative, ladies, this is where you be like, man, I gotta act like I'm this nigga mama. He sit home, play video games all day, and I go to work and shit, and he watch the kids, and ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting up here struggling, going to work, and I gotta come home and cook. And this nigga that been here all day, I guarantee you, in those kind of situations, that's a negative thing, such as he has Cancer energy, his female energies in Cancer, and her masculine energies are in the masculine sign. That's in, like Aries, right? And so that's a no-no. So then when you have a negative attraction factor in a role reversal, I'm telling you, because I'm gonna tell you what niggas say, bitch, who you talking to? You think you my mama? You understand what I'm saying? So it turns into that. Now, prisons are the second half. Prison memories are your motherfucking prison. Yeah, because you keep recalling the shit. And that's what I was getting to. You can redo and reclassify your memory. Only thing you got to do is rewrite the fucking story. But you got to do it consistently enough, like at least 21 days straight, and motherfucking be dedicated to changing the outcome of the goddamn event. This shit is not motherfucking hard. This shit ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? My daddy looked me in my eye and said, you ain't gonna be the next Michael Jordan. So now I'm gonna rewind this shit. He gonna say, you gonna be better than Michael Jordan. I seen you play. I'm gonna have that ball. Fuck it. I'm gonna go order the ball off Amazon, get that exact same ball, go stand in the exact same fucking spot if I can. I'm gonna recapture that image, because when you feel this shit in your fucking hands, now your brain is going off and all senses says this shit is real, because he has it in his hand. So now I am going to replay that shit and put my own ending to that shit for 21 days motherfucking straight, non-religiously. One of my favorite case studies with this shit was this. That's what Dianetics wants you to keep going back until you find the aha moment. We can find the original imprint, and then that aha moment just reformatted the memory and put a positive charge on it, and now you're clear. That's why they want to clear you. Rigorous, say the story again. And each one you got to keep adding on the element until you figure out the aha moment. Rigorous, it's like an interrogation. Don't knock it. It's cool. It works, clearly. Okay? I seen a person who had a situation where a daddy dropped her off at mom's house around 10 years old, got in an argument with mom. She used to live with dad at the time. Dad never came back, got her, never seen dad again. Dad didn't miss motherfucking high school. Dad didn't miss proms and all kind of shit. She rewrites the story as if everything was okay. Dad was actually appearing at proms and shit like that. All in her wonderful imagination, which Neville Goddard says is God. God is your holy imagination. Okay? Now, Potter's house, like T.D. Jakes, Potter means imagination. So you imagine somebody had a church called Imagination House, the Imagination Church of Christ. Okay? Coming soon. It's trademark, Minister Jew. Imagination Church of Christ. All right, so anyway, as a grown woman, she done lived in various places. Her daddy did. She done lived in various places as a grown woman. Do you know that she got a solicitation letter from a funeral home addressed to her dad? Like, hey, Mr. Wilson, when you die, nigga, come and buy our services. We're going to hook you up when you're dead, nigga. Got the best caskets in the state. The cheapest crematory prices, too. The question you got to ask yourself is, her daddy been dead, and she lived in several places. How the hell did she get a letter addressed to her daddy at a new location of hers? That's her going back And what happens is, at that particular point, technically, the present moment just went back and changed the past. And then you got a future event that came in, or that present event that came in, that piece of mail, as proof and evidence and manifestation or correspondence to your thoughts, because all thoughts create reality. Okay? We know that. I'm about to get up, go pick up my son, and be back. That's the reality. That's the thought. That's what's happening. Okay? So that's the evidence of it. So now you can actually augment the past event by practicing it diligently until you believe it and feel it. And now your amygdala says, oh, yeah, that was bad. Plus, let me put up, that's good now. The hippocampus says, oh, okay, we move it over here to the positive side where the positive memories are at. And you are free. Now, do it mean that you won't have a reoccurring thought? Yeah, that old thought pattern come up. You know what you got to do? You got to cut it. Your price is way too high. You got to cut it. You can't dwell. Listen, when thoughts come together, it's one synaptic to another synaptic. They're brain cells. They're coming together like this, and then they do this. They connect with each other, and they do the motherfucking wop, and they move. And that's what you thinking about the shit looks like. That's what it do. So the moment that you start thinking about some shit, you got to go back to that visualization, because what you just did, you cut it. As soon as they tried to get together, you cut it. So now every time this nigga try to rise, that ego try to rise, cut. And you go to your vision. So now they start to associate. Every time we get together, this motherfucker ain't gonna do nothing but cut it and do this shit over here. So the new wave is getting together. So every time this old pattern start to get together, the old pattern morphs into the new goddamn pattern. Hello. This is how you rewrite the game. Got testimonials and testimonials off of this shit. You guys gotta hurry up and get this shit so we can move to the next motherfucking realm, which is prosperity in all walks of life. Shit. Damn. Please. Because now we still got barriers. Motherfuckers want to have everybody in this motherfucker. I guarantee I ask you what you want to do. You're going to be talking about you want to heal. You want a sister circle and shit. Okay, you need a motherfucking house to do that. You need food. You need some motherfucking land. So when we going to get to it? When we going to get to the shit? Oh, I want my family to be good for the rest of my life and shit. I want to have generational wealth. You a motherfucking lie. If you want to have motherfucking generational wealth, then your ass would be like, hey, nigga, this is what I'm doing. I want to turn this on to you and your people. I want to put you on with this, and let's motherfucking get this bread. If you ain't in that position to share because you got something going on, I am with that shit over there. Like, hey, fuck with me. Let's go get some of this shit and let this shit start coming in. Or let's go and half on one, partner up, and let's sell the motherfucker, whatever. Do something. Let's get in motion, man. All right. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. I got to go. Peace.